Nelson and Abbigal Hatton serving to Olivia McMillan and Allie Phillips.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna see some aggression out of Olivia and Allie. I do think that's a big part of their game. And you were telling me before that Emma Nelson is just 14 years old, right?
Yeah, Emma Nelson is a 14-year-old player. I actually just had the privilege of playing a next-gen tournament with her as my partner.
Interesting pull there from Olivia. She seems to like to pull a little bit from behind the kitchen line, not really like reaching in, but I think that time she got burned because they just had a little bit too much time to react. And it looks like it's going to be a pattern. Looks like they're looking for those off-the-bounce speed-ups.
Seeing a lot of aggression out of these two right now.
I actually really liked that poach. I think that's a very good play. Unfortunately found Abbigal's paddle, but it was a very good move.
That was a great counter by Abbigal.
Refs are letting them know where to be. Big backhand.
Fortunate drop there, just leaving it a little high.
Now is that, so the white edge guard paddle that's different than what Annalise uses, isn't it?
I believe it's the same model. It might be the 14mm version instead of the 12/7.
Okay, so it's basically the same thing, but
yep.
I guess it's got Annalise's logo on there.
Yeah, they make a couple different versions of it, one with the black edge guard and one with the white.
Okay, I'm more familiar with the black edge guard or the fives paddle.
Exactly. All right, seeing a few missed thirds out of them early, shaking off the nerves.
Oh, that's a big serve. Hey, that's one way to do it.
Right on the line. That was a great serve.
It's interesting when some people are tight, they swing bigger. When some people are tight, they push. And so it's always interesting to see how people start out entering into these matches, and then also when it comes into clutch time. Looks like that's going to be a good spot there. Interesting. I'm not familiar with Abbigal's game, so it looked a little hesitant to take that ball out of the air on the backhand side.
Yeah, I've not gotten the privilege to watch her play much, so it'll be interesting to see how her game style develops throughout this match.
Tough break there with the net. Olivia says sorry. Does she mean it? Don't think so.
Probably not.
3-0-2.
Yeah, we're seeing all the aggression and speed ups out of these two right now. I think Abbigal and Emma are being a little too passive right now.
And yeah, I think it really looks like Olivia's just waiting for a forehand to tee off on. I don't know if they're the right. Oh, nice shot. I don't know how much I love those. I mean, there's enough time for Emma and Abbigal to react to these, and I think they're probably not super excited about how they've been countering them so far, because, you know, there's a big windup. You know, she's speeding up, and she's several feet off of the kitchen line.
Yeah, still just bringing the heat. I think Abbigal and Emma are just being a little too tentative. I think some nerves first game. Grandstand court, I think they're just a little nervous.
Agreed. Yeah, gotta let the hands fly against when you're playing more conservatively.
Unfortunate.
Good timeout there. Yeah, I mean, that's a great opportunity. You have to swing away. The Discord is everywhere.
They are watching everywhere.
Aisha is always listening. Always.
Unlucky with the net cord there, but they were definitely ahead in that rally. Abbigal does not seem very comfortable with her backhand dink right now. They're really targeting her backhand.
Do you know, is Emma comfortable on the left at all, or?
She is pretty comfortable on the left, but her forehand, I would say, is her stronger dink.
There's a first backhand from Olivia and an ambitious speed up there.
You know, I don't mind the aggression though. They haven't done anything much with the ball yet, so I like seeing some aggression out of these two.
Ah, that's tough. They got a good opportunity off that net cord and can't capitalize. Couldn't get to the kitchen, unfortunately. 7-0. It does have a lethal forehand. Okay, able to steal one over there.
Yeah, I like seeing more aggression out of Abbigal. I think she's got a lot of power on her forehand, and she just hasn't used it much.
Does seem like she's a little tentative on some of these shots. There we go. I like this pattern.
Unfortunate.
I liked that pattern.
I did like seeing that, changing it up, getting Emma into the point. Her forehand is good. Unfortunately, she missed that one dink, but I do like that pattern.
Technique-wise, it looks great. Like, it does not look like that's going to break down.
Not at all.
8-0.
Just seeing a lot of unforced errors out of these two right now. I think they're just not settled in. First game jitters.
In that case, you know, maybe we just grind. You know, at this point when nothing's working, right? You have to assess: is it not working because they're doing something special? Is it not working because we're just not executing? It's a little bit of both. And now,
yeah, they're not executing right now. I would actually like to see Emma on the left switch it up. You know, if you're down 7-0, 8-0, I'd like to see a switch in. There's just too many unforced errors.
Nice job there.
Here comes the aggression.
Yeah, that forehand is lethal from Olivia.
Yeah, they're just going to pull the trigger on every ball they get because they just have not been pressured off their attacks. Way to keep her back in the mid-court. She really had a great return there and good opportunity on that fourth shot.
Yeah, that was a solid third. Once you get that, make your opponents hit that third shot from the back, from behind the baseline, you're going to win the point a good majority of the time. She's on that counter.
Still trying to bring more aggression, which I don't mind. I like them trying to change things up, and it didn't work last game, so you've got to bring a new pattern.
So you're playing against Brian Lim and somebody else on Thursday.
Braden Unsicker, Thursday at 6 o'clock on Grandstand Court.
You're gonna have to carry a weaker partner too. So what's the strategy there?
It's gonna be a little tough. You know, I'm tall. I'm 6'2". I can cover a lot of court. You know, my back is hurting a little bit right now, but I've got some Advil back at the B&B, so I think that'll help me a lot.
Advil should really sponsor the Pickleball Studio podcast for all of the carrying that you do, Chris.
I think they just need to sponsor me.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I think the game plan has been to step up the aggression, and I don't know if that's this team's strong suit.
Yeah, it does not look to be the case at the moment. Lucky break there. They're still just making unforced errors and trying to attack low balls, which I don't like.
And kudos to Olivia and Allie. They're also just not missing anything.
Yeah, they've hit great shots. They haven't given many unforced errors or there's no freebies. Just missing easy balls, high dinks, high thirds.
Yeah, but you know, look, this is one of the first tournaments for this crew, and Emma at only 14 years old. I mean, I think the technique is there, and just getting more reps under the belt and playing pro tournaments is gonna be huge.
I agree. There we go. Nice. I like to see this. Putting Emma on the left, switch up the pattern. That was a smart play. Yeah, don't underestimate Emma. A lot of people see her age at being only just 14 years old. She is strong.
That's a good cover there by Allie. I don't mind the drive either at going at Olivia, who is coming in, but if you telegraph it, that up and that person is going to do just that. Come over and clobber it.
Yeah, that drive needs to be very good if you're going to swing big. Okay.
There we go. We're on the board. A nice little 1-2 there from Emma. Momentum.
Seeing some big aggression, getting a point on the board is big for them.
We didn't see Emma hit too many backhands either, so it's hard to say where that how good that backhand make is, but it's a nice reset.
I think this is much stronger. Abbigal seems to be much more comfortable on her forehand dink, staying alive in the points much longer, and I actually really like Emma's backhand. She's a phenomenal two-y.
Okay, does she? That speed up was solid. I don't know if we've seen her hit the two-handed dink. There's a very nice two-handed reset in there in the middle of that point.
Yeah, not many dinks yet, but her roll is very good. She's very comfortable with her backhand, and I'd like to see if they can force a pattern into her backhand dink.
Actually, I don't mind either of these cross courts now. It seems like Abbigal is doing a good job of getting the ball over to Olivia's backhand on that spot. Good stuff. Allie is putting really good pressure on right now, being big in the middle. Might not be a bad idea. Looks like they're looking to go at Olivia, but might not be a bad idea to go behind Allie when she's playing that big.
Every ball they can. Until they're stopped, they're just going to bring as much pressure and as much heat as they can.
And Olivia's on fire with that forehand drive.
She has not missed one yet. All right, finally an error out of these two.
It's got to be one of just 2 or 3 unforced errors on the entire day, I would guess.
Very few.
Interesting. That's an awkward poke.
I have bad bunions. Wish they'd disappear.
Lapiplasty.
Sup? Future me? And no bunions! How?
Lapiplasty.
Lapiplasty corrects bunions at the source, meaning you're back in sneakers in weeks.
Lapiplasty.
Weeks! The future of bunion surgery is here. Learn more at lapiplasty.com. Risks include infection, pain, and loss of correction.
It comes here, and then it's always seems to rain.
Pickleball tournaments somehow always seem to find rain.
100%. We got the inside here. Time in 6-2.
Yeah, just getting big, poaching everything. They're just not able to neutralize these attacks right now.
Yeah, where do you return if you are Abbigal and Emma?
I'd like to see. Oh man. I'd like to see the girl with the paddle tech kept back. She's poaching really well right now, and I think they need to keep her back at the line.
Do you think some thirds or some returns not through the middle, right? If you can make either of them hit from the outer wing, they've just been teeing off on every middle third shot that they've had.
Looks like we finally got a missed third out of them.
Very nice drop there. Emma is doing a good job now of dictating from that side.
I like seeing that too. She's moving the ball around well. She's keeping those dinks alive.
And Olivia finds a forehand. On fire with that forehand.
The forehand might be bigger than mine.
I'm sure it is. It's worth 2 of Chris's.
Oh, at least. Oh, an
bad
unfortunate
luck.
net cord there.
That's going to go out, too, unfortunately. Catches the paddle. Impossible to make that split-second adjustment there.
It really just looks like it's Allison and Olivia's day. They just are making thirds. They haven't missed much. Very few unforced errors.
Ooh, nice stab there from Emma.
Great block, keeping it short, making them hit a good reset.
9-2-2.
Olivia coming in, one of her first misses. Burned her way back up to that kitchen line.
It was a good attack, just unfortunately missed low.
That's why I always aim throat level.
3-9-1. Point. 4-9-1. Timeout receivers, 5-9-1, 1 minute.
Sides as
Time
well.
in.
So they have to go all the way over after the serve.
5-9-1.
See if Emma and Abbigal can capitalize on winding stack.
And they do.
And sure enough, great 50% drive drop, keep her low.
A little drip hybrid. We like that.
6-9-1.
6-9.
Great third out of Emma, and I like that attack. She just unfortunately caught it a little low and pushed it long, but great third, and I like the aggression.
We're at 6-9.
Got some scoreboard pressure here.
Just long there. 9-6, can they close it out? They did close the gap, which is solid.
9-6-1.
Great placement on that dink out of Emma. Really
Yeah.
smart. She knows she's going to be coming in for that poach, and pushing that dink behind her was a really good choice.
9-6-2.
It's a smart play by Olivia, putting on a lot of pressure as well. Ooh, yeah, she gets just what she wants.
Match point.
Got a second chance, but couldn't take advantage of it.
10-6-2.
The switch again. Finding Olivia's backhand.
Point game match.
Unfortunately, too many errors out of Emma and Abbigal.